Hello students, welcome back to AriserTalent. I am your maths teacher Arpita Sharma. Students, we are discussing this chapter linear equation in two variable. Okay, so starting our lecture with writing its name, which is linear equation in two variables. Okay. So this is our chapter, right? Right or wrong? Okay. So we were discussing some questions. We have covered the theory and we have gone through some questions. Graph questions we have covered, and after that we find out that which particular equation is belonging to the given graph. Okay, that question we have solved both the parts. Okay, now for today we'll be discussing this question I have left for you guys, that if the work done by a body on application of a constant force is directly proportional to distance travelled by the body, express this in the form of an equation in two variable and draw the graph of the same by taking the constant as 5 units. Also read from the graph the work done when the distance travelled by the body is 2 units and 0 units. So, important words: work done, okay, by a body on an application of a constant force is directly proportional to distance. So, here is a relation given, then the work done W, okay, is directly proportional to the distance. Okay, here W is work done and S is distance. Now remember, when we remove this sign of proportionality, what we will put? This sign equals to, and in order to that we will have a constant K. Okay, S. Now, what it's again saying is that expressed in the form of an equation in two variable. So, we are having two variable, distance and the work done, and draw the graph of the same by taking 5 as the constant. 5 unit is constant, that means value of K is given. K is given 5 units. This is given. Now, also read from the graph the work done when the distance travelled by the body is 2 units or 0 units. So, basically, if I have to write this in equation form, okay, in the format A x plus b y plus c equals to 0, what I have to do? Put x equals to w and y equals to s, or you can write it let. Okay, if you do so, what will you get? X equals to, K is 5, so 5y. This implies that x minus 5y equals to 0. This is the equation. Now, this is the equation. Okay. Now, if I put y equals to 0, at y equals to 0, x equals to 0. Okay. So, at at y equals to 0, x equals to also 0. Now, if I put the value of x as 10, okay, at x equals to 10, 10 minus 5y equals to 0. This implies that minus 5y equals to minus 10. This implies that y equals to 2. So, at x equals to 10, y equals to 2. That means, students, if I am going to draw the table of that, let's suppose this side I am drawing this table, value of x and y. So value of x was 0 and y was 0, so 0 0, and value of x is 10 here and y is 2 here. Okay, now I have to make graph, by this, right? So this is my equation. Okay, this is our equation. So I am putting this equation here, x minus 5y equals to 0. This is my equation. Okay, now I have to make graph, right students? So okay, let's have the graph work. In the form of the equation, two variables, draw the graph of the same by taking the constant as 5 units. Okay. Right. So, and by taking the constant 5, also read from the graph the work done when the distance travelled by the body is 2 units and 0 units. Okay. So, we have to use our scale for this. Okay. Okay. So, here we will be having our graph. Like this, okay, and we'll mark them. One centimeter, one block, you will mark in your notebook, okay. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I am checking the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, okay, and that will be a perpendicular. So this will be the y-axis, right. So on this we will be having our markings. So that will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 this side. Here also 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Here also minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8 and minus 10. Right. And this side also draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. So that will be, this is 0, minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8 and minus 10. Now, what was our equation? What we have considered? We have considered W as x and S as y, and our equation was W is inversely proportional to the distance, that means x equals to ky. Okay. So this was the equation that we converted to this equation by inserting 5 as k, because constant is 5 given. Okay. Now what is asking, just first we have to make graph by x0 and y0. So x0 y0 is this point here, and the next one is x equals to 10. So x equals to 10 and y equals to 2. So y equals to 2. Now they will be meeting somewhere here, or to be precise I will use this scale. You will be getting your markings, right. something like this side here. So this point will be 2, 10. Okay, and there will be a line so this will be what? Your line x minus 5y equals to 0. This equation is having this graph. Okay, now it's saying the first thing, also read from the graph the work done when the distance travelled by the body is 2 units. So the distance travelled by the body is 2 units. Now look at here, we are getting distance value. Distance is s and s value is y's value. So y is equals to 2. At y equals to 2, okay, we are getting at y equals to 2, what we are getting? The value of x. At y equals to 2, you are getting the value of x is 10. That means x equals to 10 here, and that will be what? The work done. So for this, work done will be 2 units. This is the first thing. Now at 0 unit, so look here in the graph, at x equals to 0, y equals to 0 and y equals to 0, x equals to 0. Now it's saying about the asking about the work done. Okay, so it's asking about y equals to what when x equals to 0. Now at x equals to 0, why is your distance travel? Now distance traveled, at distance travel 0, we are asking about the work done. So at y equals to 0, from the graph we are saying that x equals to also 0, and we can also tell it by the equation 2. Okay, so at x equals to 0, y equals to 0. So here we find out that work done equals to 0 units. Okay, so now note this. Noted. Okay. Similarly, students, you can take different values of x and y. That means rather than taking the value as 0 and 10, you can have the value as 10 and 50 and get some values of y on that from the equation and then plot the value. Okay, and to be your graph to be very exact, you will find these values to be like this only from the graph. Okay, noted? Right. Now moving towards the next question. Our next question is Yamini and Fatima, these are two friends and these two students of class 9th your class. Okay, so of a school together contributed rupees 100. They contributed 100 rupees towards the Prime Minister's relief fund. So there was any kind of misfortune, and in some relief fund, PM's relief fund, they gave, good thing, they gave 100 rupees combinedly. How much money Fatima gave is not known. How much money Yamini gave is not known. Both values are unknown, but they put some money of them in the Prime Minister's relief fund to help the earthquake victim. So this, due to this earthquake, they provided. Write a linear equation which satisfies this data. You may take their contributions as x and y. Draw the graph of these same. Now student, your question is not complete here, or it is? Yes, I have missed this. Rupees 100. Okay, so they gave rupees 100. So this complete how much money Yamini individually gave is not known. How much money Fatima individually gave is not known. But the combination, but the combined money of Fatima and Yamini is known to us, and this is what, this is rupees 100. So rupees 100 we got from Fatima and Yamini, right? Now this examiner is suggesting us to take the contributions as X and Y, draw the graph of the same. So we are just very good and obedient student, right? Aren't you? Because you're my student, you're obedient enough. So now we are assuming these as X and Y and writing the equation. Okay, this is what we are going to do, because to draw this graph we have to write the equation. So in this portion we are going to have the graph here, and in this portion we have to do some work of equation. Let the money Yamini gave equals to X rupees, okay, and the money Fatima gave equals to Y rupees, okay. So sum of money is equals to what? X plus Y, X plus Y rupees, first equation. But the given sum equals to 100 rupees, second equation. By first and second, this implies what? That X plus Y equals to, this is X plus Y, the sum total of money of Yamini and Fatima, okay, and the sum total is 100 here again. So this is the equation, okay. This implies that X plus Y minus 100 equals to 0. This is our equation. So now what we have to do? We have to find the values, okay, at X equals to 0, Y equals to 100. At X equals to 0, Y will be equals to 100. I'm not just doing any calculation here. You have to do it yourself. Put X equals to 0, you'll get Y equals to 100. At Y equals to 0, X equals to 100. Put Y equals to 0 here, you will get X equals to 100. These are two simple values, and now I am going to plot these values in a graph. For that, what I have to do? I have to make a simple table here, or I can make it here, right? So this table, the value of X and Y. Now value of X is 0, then the value of Y we were getting was 100. And the X value of Y was 0, Y here. So X values is 100, okay. So this is the table for us, guys. Now we'll have this, okay, and draw this. Now we'll take 1 centimeter equals to 10 units, okay, because there the number is big. So to cover this number and don't cross borders of a copy, what we'll do, we'll take 10 units as 1 centimeters. Okay, so draw this graph. Okay, it's somehow tilting line, right? Let me redraw it, and with me you are also going to put the graph, draw the graph in your copy. Okay, so here it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now look at this, the four of these, the abscissas and the ordinates, they are all in positives. So we are getting positive axis and positive ordinate in what? In the first quadrant. So we only need to make the first quadrant here. Okay, so I am taking this x o x dash. So if it's 0, that will be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. Okay, it is differentiated by your on. Now we are having this second thing here. Okay, so we'll mark till 100 only. After that, we will not going to mark. Okay, so at perpendicular, we are getting this y dash axis. Okay, and we are marking it here again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's fine. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. Okay, now at x equals to 0, y equals to 100. So at x equals to 0 and y equals to 100. So P1 is 0, 100 and P2 is 100, 0. I have told you whenever abscissa is 0, your point is going to be on y axis. So y axis 100. So that will be your point here. Okay, so this is your P1. Now P2, the ordinate 0, that means this point will be on the x axis. Okay, so 100 on x axis will be here, that is P2, that is 100, 0. Okay, now meet these 2 points in order to get the graph. So have this graph here. And this is what? X plus y minus 100 equals to 0, or you can write x plus y equals to 100, whatever equation you want to write. So this is the graph. Now draw the graph of the same. We have drawn the graph. So this is your graph and these are the calculations. Just write it down so that we can move towards the next question. Okay, noted. Okay students, so we are having our next question here. In countries like USA and Canada, temperature is measured in Fahrenheit, where in countries like India, it is measured in Celsius. Okay, so what is the temperature today in your particular area, from which area you are? Okay, tell me. Here it is a linear equation that converts Fahrenheit to Celsius, and this is the equation given. Okay, now we have to draw some graph with this equation, putting something as x and y. So you have to take the C as x axis and y as the Fahrenheit. Okay, so Fahrenheit as y axis, Fahrenheit as y axis, and Celsius as x axis. And you have to draw this graph and write and from this graph you have to find out some solutions. Okay, now with this question I am lefting you here with this question. You have to solve it, just give it a try, and in case you are not able to do it, I am here for you guys to tell you. Okay, so we will together solve this question in case you are not able to do it in our next session. For this particular session, it's enough now, and take care of yourself students. Goodbye.